हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज की वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे एक अलग क्वेश्चन पंजाब रेंट एक्ट का। ठीक है, वो है सेक्शन क्वेश्चन नंबर 4। व्हाट इज़ द स्पेसिफिक प्रोविजन रिगार्डिंग द रिकवरी ऑफ द पोजेशन इन सर्टेन केसेस। अब भाई, जब आपने रिकवरी ऑफ पोजेशन पढ़ा तो आपको लगा होगा कि भाई यहाँ पे हम सेक्शन 20 भी मेंशन कर सकते हैं या फिर सेक्शन नंबर 21 से 24 भी कर सकते हैं। But one thing is different from in these section is the term in certain cases. Now in certain cases it can be also some specified cases, or it may be also some unspecified cases. Okay, whereas section 20 only deals with the grounds of the eviction, and section 21 to 24 only deals with the specific situation when there is the recovery of the property or for the immediate possession. I hope this confusion will be also be clear by this explanation. Okay, so for answer writing, you may start your answer from that. As a previous discussion, we observed that two grounds for the recovery of the possession, and the first is the section 20, and the other is recovery of possession for immediate possession, that is from the section 21 to 24, as we discussed earlier. But there are other certain grounds which are as follows. Section 31st, which says that the recovery of possession in case of the tenancies for the limited period. Now, what is the requirement for the concept of the limited period? What is the intention of the legislature to recognize this limited tenancy concept? Then, when the tenancy for the limited period is allowed, only when the landlord is not required the whole or any part of premises for a particular period. Now this particular period as stipulated under section 31 is 5 years. Okay, and after obtaining the permission of rent authority as in the form specified under schedule 14 of this act. Okay, now what will be the conditions for let out the premises? Only first is after obtaining the permission of the rent authority under schedule 14, and lets the whole or part of the residence for such period not more than 5 years. It may be less than 5 years but not more than 5 years. Okay, this condition for 5 years shall be agreed by a written agreement. A mere or implied agreement doesn't fall within this particular section. Okay, so if premises are not vacated by the tenant within 5 years, okay, what is the remedy available to the landlord? The only remedy available to the landlord is to make the application to the rent authority. Okay, after that authority shall pass the order for the eviction against the tenant. Okay, but this condition, this second point is subject to the condition that कि order जो है वो किसी भी प्रेमिसेस के लिए 2 से ज़्यादा बार लगातार जो है नहीं पास होना होएगा। ठीक है, सिर्फ 2 बार ही पास होगा लगातार, उससे ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं, except for the good and sufficient reasons to be recorded in writing. Okay, now here the burden of proof is on the landlord. Okay, that there are good and sufficient reasons for the third time passing out the order under section 31. Okay, so third point is notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for time being in force and under section 20. Now, which says that this section is also an exception to the section number 20. Okay. Fourth, damages shall be awarded by authority to landlord as compensation. Now, after the decision or order by the rent authority, what is the criteria for determining the compensation which will be awarded to the landlord, which is discussed in point number 4 as double of the last rent paid by tenant with 15% per annum interest. Okay. Now, fifth point, for the calculation of damages given to landlord, time period is computed from the date of such order till the date of actual vacation by the tenant, which will impliedly also include the time period during the proceedings under section 31. Okay, so indirectly this act also imposes an liability on the tenant that during the proceeding he is bound to pay the rent to the landlord. If he fails to do so, then this particular time period will also be computed for the computation of the damages which will be awarded by the rent authority to the landlord. Okay, so effect of the application made by tenant to the authority or appellant authority. Now, time shall be abated from 5 years. Okay. So, Section 39 also provides following procedure for application under Section 31. If you guys are very well aware and अगर आपने जो है हमारी पुरानी वीडियो देखी है सेक्शन नंबर 21 से 24 तक which will specifically deals with the immediate possession, then in the second part of the video we will also the procedure which is mentioned under section 39 has already been discussed by us in the part number 2 of the question regarding the immediate possession. So I would highly recommend to you guys to watch the video first, that is the part number 2 for the immediate possession, which will be discussed with the section number 24 of the Punjab Rent Act. Okay, so the procedure is same, whereas section 50 also provides for the disposal of appeal against the order of the rent authority, then it shall be disposed of within the 1 month of the filing of the appeal by the appellant authority. Now the next certain case is section number 32, which says that recovery of possession when landlord is a corporate. Okay, so first of all, to whom this section will be applicable? It will be applicable when landlord is any company or other than body corporate or a public institution. Now, what are the 4 institutions which are covered under the public institution? And the list of 4 institutions are: first is educational institution, second is library, and third is hospital, and fourth is charitable dispensary. But it doesn't include any institution set up by a private trust. Okay, so this section will be applicable only in 3 or 4 circumstances. The first is when the landlord is company, the second is or a body corporate, or third is uh, or any public institution. Now what may be public institution and which will consist the public institution? It may be educational institution, library, hospital, and charitable dispensary. But the fourth point is it shall not be set up by the private trust. Okay, so further this section provides that notwithstanding anything contained in section 20 or any other law which specifically shows that it is also an exception to the section 20. Okay, following procedure is to be followed by the authority. The first is an application made to authority by landlord, and after receiving an application during the process and after such a trial or pardon after such proceedings, order of eviction of tenant and every other person. Okay, so who may include the term tenant for with regard to the order of the eviction passed by the authority? Who will be included as a tenant for the order, for the purpose of the order? And that particular persons are: first, if premises were let for use as a residence to tenant at a time when he was in service or employment of landlord, he has ceased to be in such service or employment, and the premises are required for use of employees or such landlord. Now, for suppose there is Mr. A and he is a teacher in the in school. Okay, educational institution. Okay, school. Now there is a contract between the A and school that school will be provide a residential premises to Mr. A till the continuity of the employment or services in that particular school. Now this employment ceased to exist. Okay, and this school also required that particular premises for Mr. Y. Okay, which is which with whom the same agreement has been concluded by the school. Okay, now in that particular case the order for the eviction will also be passed by the which will also has been passed by the rent authority against that particular teacher also. Okay, so the next case is when the tenant has acted in contravention of term express or implied under which he was authorized to occupy the premises. Now, for breach of any of the obligation, if there is any of the default for the obligation which is expressly or impliedly for necessary for the occupancy of that premises, in that particular case such order may also be passed by the rent authority. Next, any other person who is in unauthorized occupation of such premises. And the fourth is the premises are required bona fide by landlord or for use of employees of such landlord, or in case of public institution for furtherance of its activities. Okay, same as the point number first. Okay, so for eviction under the above mentioned cases, the satisfaction of authority is mandatory that such circumstances is in existence. Okay, so with that particular discussion, you may also conclude your answer. And till now, goodbye, God bless you all, and I hope you will also like these videos. If you like my video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.